Very well. I appreciate your comments. I would suggest to you that there's nobody in this room that opposes having a street named for Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. He was obviously a great man. He was not a black man. He was not a white man. He was a man of peace, and a man of God. And whatever else he did in his life, he did lead the movement to make sure that all of us had equal civil rights. That's important. We understand that. We want to name a street after Dr. King. The problem that arises is doing so against the will of people that live on the street. We wanted to name a street Patriot Way after our soldiers that have fought so gallantly and bravely, not just in Iraq, but in all the wars in our country, to ensure that you and I are able to sleep in peace tonight and not worry about an attack or a rocket-propelled grenade coming through our back window. But those people we wanted to honor with the naming of a street, the owners of the property on that street were opposed to it for a lot of good reasons. Not that they were opposed to the Patriots at all. They were opposed to it for a lot of good reasons, business reasons, having to readdress my store, having to get a new license to sell pharmaceuticals or insurance or whatever. It would have been a very costly thing for them to do that. And with the amount of opposition that we had to it, we backed up and said, okay, maybe this isn't a good idea. I think it's still a good idea, but we need to work, and quite frankly, I think it's not a dead issue, it is a reclining issue right now. But I want to assure everybody that we need to be aware of the other side of the issue and how it would inconvenience people. You wouldn't want Dr. King's memory besmirched because somebody didn't want the address change and have to change his address any more than I would. So I think we need to take a step back to look at it. I don't want this to be a knee-jerk reaction because of many citizens in the community coming forward and saying, we need this, we want it, you need to do it for us, we need a grandfather. We don't want it to be a knee-jerk reaction. We want to get it right. We thought we had it right last time because a committee that we appointed to come up with some parameters suggested that these parameters, which we eventually adopted into an ordinance. We didn't come up and say, hey, it's going to take 70%. Our citizens sat down and talked about it for several months and decided that these are the parameters under which a street should be renamed. Perhaps they're wrong, but I think it would be appropriate for the city council to take your comments, take them into consideration, and refer this action back to staff